Welcome back to Voices of the Diaspora at the Festival of the Diaspora 2024 in Rio de Janeiro. Tonight, I have the pleasure to be with Bernie Lawrence, who has a conference and a speaking engagement at the festival, a panel where we're going to have the chance to listen amazing professionals to discuss about the importance of economic and financial sovereignty in our Black communities. Welcome and thank you so much for being here, Bernie.
Thank you for having me. That was a pleasure.
Okay, thank you. So for our audience, how could you explain in a short sentence what does it mean to have to be financially free or to have Black sovereignty in our communities?
Sure. When I think about Black economic sovereignty, I think about the individuals and communities being able to freely invest in opportunities. They have the ability to start their own companies. They're able to just grow financially without any issues of regulations or in terms of being oppressed. So it's just the ability to freely and be involved in economics and not have the government suppress their interests. So that's what I see when I think about Black economic sovereignty.
Okay. And why do you think it's important to have this type of discussions in this platform like it is the Festival of the Diaspora?
I think it's very important because our people are suffering. We're suffering all across the globe, and they need information. They need access. And these types of discussions are helpful. Mm-hmm. It's the ability to empower one another, to go back to the communities and see how we can help those who have resources. How do we bring that back to our communities? How do we start entertaining those discussions? Because it starts with people who are in a position at certain companies, are in certain governments, who can discuss with their companies, look, we need to help these communities. We need to help these individuals. And then it all starts again with that discussion. Knowledge is power, and a lot of people don't have knowledge. So we have to be able to spread information. So this conference is very important because it is a community that's engaged in helping Black people, people of color. So why not start the discussions here to see how we can collectively as a community work with one another to make this world a better place?
Amazing, amazing. From your perspective and your knowledge, what do you think are the necessary steps to finally have financial independence in our communities, specifically in Black women, for Black women?
Well, the thing is, when it comes to the necessary steps, is understanding as a woman that has a family and children, how do you leave a legacy? And that starts with investing. You know, what does that mean? What does investment mean? What does saving mean? And how do we start the process? As a lawyer, my role is to make sure that my clients are knowledgeable about the will, what a will means to your family in terms of leaving assets to your family. The ability to set up a trust. What does that mean? In trust, you can set up how a person can live daily or monthly through financial resources. When you put assets in a trust and how the trust is supposed to work for the benefit of the family as you grow financially. Is there a directive in place in the event something happens to the mother? Who has the right to say how things are supposed to work for you when you're incoherent? Is there a person in place? It's called the advanced directive or living will. Is there a financial directive? So monies that you have saved in the account, what is supposed to happen with those financial assets? Who has a say over that? So just having certain documents in place are extremely important for the family. So that we call estate planning. And estate planning should be set up for everybody because the goal should always be, how do we obtain economic wealth? How do we grow? And it's really starts with those conversations and just helping Black women and Black people in general understand that finances is a topic of conversation in the household, just like health is a conversation in a household.
Amazing. Bernie's giving us like college lessons type of knowledge right now. Bernie, from your perspective, your experience, how do you think Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners can give back and can put into a strength like the Black community, the Black economies, and can like improve the circulation of money?
Sure. So as Black entrepreneurs, one of the things that we can do is direct our percentage of our monies that we make through our companies to go to certain organizations or certain communities. We can also have talks where we partner with various nonprofit organizations. So we can invite the community to come out to listen to how, just listen to what the issues and concerns are and how do we best address those concerns. I think entrepreneurship is very important in the Black community because it's a way to accumulate wealth because you're building your own business and your business can be eventually passed on to the next generation if that's what the goal is. So we can create our own communities where we support one another, and we have to be purpose in our actions in terms of identifying what other companies out there that exist in terms of that we can support. Mm-hmm. So that's really important. Just talking to entrepreneurs and making sure that there's a community that have the same common goal, mm-hmm. which is to lift up and empower one another. That's extremely important.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Bernie. And now we talked about the Black business owners and entrepreneurs that we have here. We also have in the festival a lot of representatives, both private companies, very big ones, contributors, sponsors. What do you think big companies that have a lot of like market value can do to give back to Black economists?
Sure. It's really a question of, are you being inclusive? Are you addressing the voices that are not being heard? Is there a place in your company for people that allows your company to look like a rainbow? That's extremely important. We need companies that understand or want to understand the importance of diversity. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Those are hard topics, but they are important topics because this world is not just one color. So we need to make sure that everybody is being addressed and the concerns are being heard and that people are not being discriminated against just because they look a certain way. So I would say corporations just need to be more aware and want to do the right thing.
Amazing. Amazing, Bernie. Thank you so much. We're just starting off the festival, but I would like to ask you, how do you envision the Festival of Diaspora for 2025, like the next year? What do you imagine? What do you want? Feel free to dream.
Sure. So I've been coming to the Festival of Diaspora since the first in Puerto Rico, and I went to the one in Colombia, and now I'm here in Brazil. And just to see the growth is just very exciting. And I talk about it all the time to others and tell them, look, this is a festival that you need to come to because we're really focused on the diaspora. You look around and you see the people that are here it's really empowering. It's exciting and it's inspiring. So 2025, I say that there's going to be probably double the size.
Most likely.
And it's a great educational experience. It's a great opportunity for people to network and make connections. So I'm looking forward to 2025. I will be
Can't wait
present.
to see you there.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your interview.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, you all, to be and to listen to Voices of Diaspora.